What's up, YouTube? It's QahirTheConqueror here. Welcome back to my channel for yet again another video. Before we start this video, I would like to say, if this content helps you in any way, if this video helps you in any way, if you resonate with this in any way, it would do me a great honor if you could like, subscribe, or share this video. In this video, I'm going to explain, we're going to talk about and break down what life is about. What is life? What do we do with this thing called life? What do we do with it? How do I make it work in my favor? If you didn't know, and I don't hear this enough, in my opinion, but from my observations, from my experiences, from what I've heard and from what I've received, life isn't really, it's complex, but it's not as complex as we make it out to be. It's not super simple, but life is about decisions. I want to let that marinate. I'm going to repeat that. Life, truthfully, in my opinion, is about decisions. Now that we have that established, what do I mean by that? Just think about it. Life, hopefully, is long and prosperous for all of us. But you can't control what you come in with. Let's use a deck of cards, for example. If you're playing a card game, there's usually a dealer who cut the cards, and then they're given to you. You had no control over that, right? But once you get your cards, you do have control over which cards you play at which given moment. Now, you might not get the best hand from the beginning, but you might be able to play certain things and finagle your way into whatever game you're playing or whatever it is. Does that make sense? Life is about decisions. Each and every day, we get the chance to decide what we're going to do. And obviously, I want to iterate. Yes, I understand if you're a child, if you are inhibited by certain things like a lack of resources or lack, but I'm not thinking in lack mode, and I'm not thinking of somebody who has no control over anything in their life. A 5-year-old has to do what mom and dad says, what the teacher says, and that's it. But once you get past that, once you get a little bit older, life is about decisions. When you wake up, what do you do with the 24 hours that you have? Because we all have the same 24 hours. But some people use those 24 hours differently than others. Let me break that down. I remember when I'm not afraid to admit there were certain things that I envied, certain things I was jealous of. Why does he have this? Why does he get that? Why does she have this? Why does she get that? And then when you think in that mindset, that mind frame, you feel as though you deserve what they have, and rightfully so. But let's just say, for instance, somebody who gets a lot of success and accolades from their sports achievements. Let's say you're both athletes playing for the same team, or you're both people who are in athletic shape that want to be on that team. In their 24 hours, they wake up, they do what they have to do, and then they practice for hours each and every day until they get better and better and better and better and better. With you wake up, do whatever you have to do, and then play video games all day. You ate 17 bags of Doritos straight, killed a box of Pepsi. Okay, I'm not shaming anybody who does that, but you didn't do anything that could put you in a better position than the person that you envied. So life is about decisions. We all want the glam and the glory and things like that, but are you willing to do what it takes to make those decisions to get there? And then That's one aspect of it. Here's the kicker. Have you ever heard of something called adversity? I have, and I've been through it. And nobody can run from something called adversity. When adversity hits, what are you going to do then? Let's say you make that sports team an example, and then you fall and you hurt yourself or something. Now you're out 6 weeks, a year, whole season's gone. Life is about decisions. Are you going to be able to go through the recovery and rehabilitation process to get back in athletic shape? And then now you got to ramp up to get better or to do more and to catch up, if that makes sense. Life is determined by the decisions that we make, because as human beings, one of the things that separates us from the lower animals, because we're animals too, we're just at the top of the food chain. One of the only things, and there's a few other things, but the biggest difference is we have free will. You have the decision to go to this school or to go to that school. You have the decision to apply to this job or to apply to that job. You have the decision to not go to school, to not work. Animals, the lower animals, are stuck in their nature. You don't hunt, you don't eat. You don't run, you get eaten. We have decisions, the power to decide what we do. And this is what life will do. Not in a sick way, but it plays games with us. What are you going to do when the outcome that you wanted isn't the outcome you get? Are you going to give up and buckle down and cry and boo-hoo and just, oh, woe is me? Or are you going to get back up and then go right back after it again? Are you going to get up and pivot and go do something different to try to get a different result? What are you going to do when you experience heartbreak? What are you going to do when you experience a loss in your family? What are you going to do if you lose your job? That's the point. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Life is about decisions, man. Whenever you are faced with something, you have the power, the ability, the wherewithal to decide and then to do differently, do the same, to regress, to progress, to move forward, move backward, look in the future, stay in the present, look in the past. We have the power, the autonomy, the authority to do that. But not everybody makes the most of the decisions. What are you going to do when things don't go your way? See, one thing that Ray Lewis, a famous NFL player, said is that success is just small wins daily. It's just the little things done correct every single day. You decide to do something and you stick to it. And then you expect results because you stuck to it, you decided. That's what life is about. And then just because you do that doesn't mean it's going to be an easy street. Doesn't mean there's not going to be any bumps in the road or anything that might come out of the ordinary and throw you off your circle or your square, throw your plans off. You can't control that. One thing you can control is what are you going to do when that happens? And that's what I mean when I say that life is about decisions. Each and every day, you get to choose what are you going to do with those 24 hours. And then you can live your life wrong for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. And you can decide at that age, I've been doing life wrong. I'm going to do it differently. That's grace that we're given by who I believe is our Creator. Because you can make a decision today. You can make a decision tomorrow if you're not ready today. You can make a decision yesterday if you're ready right now for whatever it is that you need to decide. But just remember that life isn't about miracles and wishes and ponies and fairy tales, and it's not that. It's just about what are you doing with your time? What are you deciding to do? One thing I learned in economics classes is this thing called opportunity cost. See, life is about decisions, and the decisions that we make either come with a consequence, come with a sacrifice. There's some type of result that is guaranteed to happen no matter what. Let me give an example. Let's just say, for sake of time, you're a student. You have an exam Friday. You got class Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The opportunity cost with studying for the exam Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is that as a result, you have a high chance of passing the exam. As a result, you have a high chance of doing well, of learning the material. But there's a cost associated with that. You are probably not going to be able to do the things that you might want to do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Your friends might be having a party. You might have to miss the party. Your friends might go watch that sports event. You might have to miss the event. Your partner or your friends might want to see you and hang out. You might not be able to. Or let's do the opposite situation. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, you don't study for the exam. So it's probably a good chance, unless you're some genius, you're probably not going to do as well as you can. You might even fail or flunk the exam. But guess what? You chose to go see your friends, to go see that sports event, to go to that party. So you had a good time and you had the freedom to choose. But the decision that you made comes with an opportunity cost associated with it. The results that we get are determined by the decisions that we make daily. So to conclude, life is not about anything else for the most part, just besides what we do on a day-to-day basis. Life is the sum, the result of our life is the sum of the decisions that we have made throughout our life. Just remember, if you haven't been doing it right, if you feel like you've been doing it wrong, or you haven't been getting the results you want, or you think you could do better, you have the decision to start doing something differently right now. You don't have to wait. And then if you need to wait a little bit and you're not ready, hopefully there's tomorrow. And if there's tomorrow, you can continue to try to make better decisions moving forward to get better results. Life is about decisions. What are you doing? What are you deciding to do each and every day? Thanks for listening. Stay tuned. See you for the next one.